all been there. You take a photo for a friend, maybe 5, and somehow every single one is just a little bit off. The lighting is weird, the angle's wrong, or they're like, can you take one more for me, please? That used to be me every single time. Honestly, that's what made me so obsessed with figuring all this out. Over the past 5 years, I've just thrown myself into cameras, learning how to shoot properly, to take better photos, all to make these YouTube videos look better, and honestly, just to take photos that I'm actually proud of. So today, I'm sharing 5 super practical, beginner-friendly tips I wish someone had told me when I started. No fancy gear, no confusing settings, just tricks to help you take better photos right now, so you finally get the shot that feels like the memory you're trying to capture. Let's have some fun. If you're new here, my name is Mindy, and on this channel, we use tech to automate the boring stuff, then cool things like photography, and take steps towards building the life we want. If that sounds like a vibe, stick around. I used to just open my camera app and point at whatever looked the most interesting and just hope for the best. Sometimes it worked, most of the time, not really. But then I stumbled across this tiny setting on my iPhone and everything changed. It's called grid lines, or what photographers know as the rule of thirds. And if you're just starting, this might be the simplest way to take better photos instantly. Here's how it works. Your screen gets divided into 9 parts, and when you place your subject along these lines, your photos just look better, more intentional. And there's actual research behind why this works. TLDR, it basically tells your viewers exactly where you want them to look. You're the artist, you make the decisions. What I love about this though is that it forces me to think about what I'm trying to show each time I'm taking a photo. Who's my subject? What's in the background? Can I add something in the foreground to make this a bit more real, a bit more three-dimensional? If you're just starting out, try this. Turn on grid mode on your phone right now. Pause this video if you need to, because this one change alone can make your photos look so much more composed, more intentional. And once you've gotten the hang of it, you can start experimenting. Add something in the foreground, or even break the rules a little bit and see how it feels. And now you might be thinking, why not just crop later, Mindy? Well, because we are not losers. Kidding, sort of. I only use crop to straighten things because cropping cuts away some parts of our photos and it could lead to lower resolution, making things blurrier, and cropping cannot fix everything. Don't try to fix everything in post. Bad choice. Like if there's clutter behind me or if there's insanely bad lighting like this, cropping cannot help you magically make a photo better. You're better off just framing it properly from the start, which brings us to the next point. Lighting. In photography, lighting is everything. This is the truth no one tells you early enough. You could have a $5,000 camera and still get a terrible photo, or just use your phone and with some good lighting, end up with something cinematic. Like, I genuinely tested this in my iPhone versus A7S III video, and the results blew my mind. Check it out right here if you're into it. After you've watched this, of course. But here's the rule of thumb. When you're taking a photo, make sure that the light is behind you so that it actually hits your subject right. And that's how you get that clean, bright, this could be a billboard kind of shot. Unless you're going for drama. Like this, backlit, in the shadows, valid if you want that mysterious silhouette vibe. Natural light is really your best friend. If you can, shoot during golden hour. That magical window just after sunrise, before sunset, the way those golden sun rays hit your face makes everything look better. So here's a little homework for you. Next time you take a shot, pause, look around, find the light, and plan where you are going to stand. It will make a difference. If you're indoors or in a dark environment, your iPhone flash right here could probably do the job. But if you want to up your game a little, I recommend carrying a small portable light. I use this Aperture MC light. It's tiny, rechargeable, lets you adjust the color, the brightness. So I actually use this to light myself up in the very, very dark Yoda cave and still look good. Another way to get you out of bad lighting, it's tweaking your camera settings. And yes, I'm referring to the famous exposure triangle. Now we're going to get super technical here because nothing's more frustrating than capturing a beautiful moment and ending up with a photo that's dark, blurry, and completely unusable. And the reason why that used to happen to me, because I used to shoot a lot on auto mode, especially on my phone. But when lighting gets tricky, indoors, at night, auto mode just can't keep up. And I realized I needed to take control. I needed to manual mode this thing. And it all comes down to exposure triangle. the 3 settings that controls how bright or sharp your photos turns out. And they are, number 1, aperture. It's basically how wide your lens open. The more light that goes in, the more background blur. Number 2, shutter speed. It's basically how long your camera blinks. The longer it stays open before blinking, aka capturing the shot, the brighter it is. At the same time, it means that there's more motion blur. And number 3, ISO, which is your digital brightness boost. It's what you turn up when there is not enough light. But if you push it too far, your photo starts looking grainy, so you need to balance that. You can think of it like this. Aperture is how wide your curtains open up. Shutter speed is how long it stays open before you take a shot. And ISO is like turning up the brightness of the room using your room lights. So once you get how these 3 settings balance each other out, you can start fixing those tricky light situations yourself instead of hoping that the auto mode gets it right. For example, if I'm filming during the day, I usually fix my aperture at f1.8 for that nice background blur. I increase my shutter speed to reduce the brightness and keep ISO as low as possible. And if that shot is still overexposed, I would throw on an ND filter on it. And I would also lower my shutter speed to get more light in. I would also push ISO higher to get a brighter shot. This stuff takes quite a bit of practice. I mean, I spent a year or 2 fiddling around with the settings, watching loads of YouTube tutorials and taking really bad photos before things started to feel more natural to me. It's not about being a creative genius or having the eye. It's about understanding your tools, and once you do, you are gonna be unstoppable. But if you want a quick reference, I've made a little cheat sheet that breaks this all down. You can find it in the description below. But having all these technical skills is just one part of the puzzle. What makes photography fun for me? Tip number 4, working with your subjects. And no, we're not talking about your avocado toast or good pop figure. We're talking about the people you care about, your best friend, your sister, your partner, the people you take photos for. And here's the thing I've learned from many friend trips. If a photo doesn't turn out well, it's not always the photographer's fault. Your subject might have been feeling uncomfortable and it just shows. I mean, we've all been there. Your mom says smile, and suddenly you forget how your face works. And that's probably how your subject feels too. They're in their head, they're worried about their good side, they feel awkward, don't know what to do with their hands, and all of that just gets captured in that shot. And that's when I realized the real job of a photographer is not just the technical skills or the eye, the lighting, it's helping your subject relax, feel like themselves. So here's a few things that help me massively. Number 1, it starts with observation. Look at how your subject move naturally. Do they fidget around with their ring, tuck their hair behind their ear? Because that is gold. You want to capture that. You can ask them to recreate that shot. Number 2, make it playful. You're not getting them to pose. You're setting up a scene for them and inviting a reaction. And I love to use prompts like, okay, imagine like you're reading something amazing. Now pretend you're watching ants crawl up a pole. React like you're watching the scene where Darth Vader tells Luke,
I am your father.
These get you more natural, more real expressions, and trust me, they are so much better than a forced smile. So basically, talk to your subject a lot. And if you're already friends, it's easy. And if not, it's a fun challenge. And pro tip, shoot a lot. You want options. Taking photos are basically free. You can just press the shutter button all you want, but time with people isn't free. And that's why I would rather spam the shutter and get 30 options than have to say, oops, can you do that jump for me again? Smile one more time. And once you've got all the shots, you are 95% done. Congratulations. After that, it's really about dropping them into Lightroom or whatever editing app to finish up the last 5%. Which brings us to the next point. Editing. So editing is the last 5%, but it can make such a big difference. It's where your photo goes from okay to damn, that's sick. I used to think editing meant you had to be some kind of Lightroom wizard, but the more I experimented with it, I realized you don't need to be a pro. You just need a simple process that you can repeat, and over time, you start developing your own style. So here's my 5-minute edit workflow. Number 1, I start with a preset. Go through all my presets, pick one, slap it on, and then move on. Number 2, I would reduce my preset intensity. I don't like to leave it as it is. I like to tone it down a little so it doesn't scream disco, sepia. Subtlety is our best friend, and you just have to trust your eyes here. Next, I tweak 5 things right here by feel. Temperature, brightness contrast, vibrance, grain if I'm feeling old school, and lastly, cropping or straightening the shot. And if you want to level up your photos even more, play around with Lightroom. And finally, you want to export it right. If the resolution is too good, too high, Instagram will actually compress it and make it look worse. So make sure you're exporting at the right optimized settings. I'll leave mine below. And now you've learned all the car tips. But this one final thing is the thing that saves me from hearing, "Can you just take one more, please?" And skip all the back and forth, getting rejected and having to take again. So feel free to pause this as we go and to copy my workflow. 3 simple steps. Number 1, read the scene. Before you shoot anything, take 5 seconds to just scan the place. Look at where the light is coming from. Is there anything you can use? A bench, a wall, a coffee cup, a mirror, a phone, their watch, their ring. This sets you up for a better shot before you even raise your camera. Step 2, the secret test shoot. I always say something like this. Let's do a couple of test shots first. This does 2 things. It takes the pressure off your subject and it lets you experiment with different angles, lightings. This is key. I show them the shots that I've taken. I ask, do you like any of these? Because everyone has a preferred side and this is how I find it. Step 3, the real shoot. Now you know what works and they're relaxed, it's go time. Give them super simple and light directions like phones, bags, coffee cups, sunglasses, whatever makes their hands feel a little bit less awkward, use it. And once you've done this a few times, it becomes second nature. And if you want to take this further, review your photos after, see what worked, what didn't, because that's how we grow. Try this out and tag me. I would love to see your shots. And if enough of you are down, maybe we can even do a full breakdown video, reacting to your photos, giving tips and helping you improve even more. If this has helped you, you'll love the next one where I talk about the best beginner camera I swear by. But if it's not out yet, watch this one where I compare my iPhone to my $5,000 camera because the results, it's wow. Thank you for watching. Stay minty and cherry. Goodbye!